And in this video, I'm going to show you 5 ways in which you can network in such a way where you can get to high-profile events like this. You know, it's funny, the event was an unbelievable event. It was amazing, and it's so great to see someone with so much fame and so much fortune doing something great about it. And you know, the Wealth Dragon way is about making a fortune and also making a difference. And in that event, they raised over $40 million. And so it's interesting because after the event, I actually got invited to Leo's house for an after party where I had an interesting conversation with him. I'll tell you a little bit more about that in a second. So how did I even get an invite to the event? Business is all about visibility. If people don't know who you are, then they're not going to do business with you. And you know, when you go to an event like that, you always have to ask, you know, how you can help people. You've always got to find out what people's challenges are and really help them. So, you know, there I got to hang out with people like John Legend, you know, Elton John was there, Naomi Campbell, Orlando Bloom, you know, Sylvester Stallone, Chris Tucker. I mean, everyone there was A-listers. You know, there were thought leaders who were on the, you know, who went there to not only support the cause, but also these guys are people who are making a big difference to this planet. And I always believe that it's not always about making money, it's about making money and doing something with the money to help things, to help charities, to help causes. You know, I had a quick chat with Kate Hudson there, who was there with her mum, Goldie Hawn, and you know, like the Home Foundation, some of the stuff they're doing is amazing. You look at Naomi Campbell's, you know, Fashion Relief. These are things that, you know, when you have wealth, you need to start making a difference. And so, you know, as I was there after the event, you know, they did this whole auction, which again, when you talk about running events, you know, this was done in style. You know, they were auctioning Sylvester Stallone's boxing gloves, and which went for about 400,000 euros. And so they were auctioning things like the Titanic vest, which was signed by James Cameron. And Elton John was there. He played a song and auctioned his piano, which again went for over €1 million as well. So, what are the steps to get to an event like this? Well, number one, you've got to become more visible. I want to say more visible. You've got to stand out. You know, you've got to stand out. Number two is you've got to add value. So whoever you meet, you know, a lot of people just want to take. So, you know, one of the things I did, I actually went backstage and I had a quick chat to Leo. I gave him a copy of my book. And one of the things I said that I want to donate a percentage of this book to your foundation. So this is adding value. Most people would just go back there and say, hey, Leo, can I take a picture? You know, it's not about that. It's about adding value and really finding a place of interest that you can help people. And you always got to give first. Number one, visible. Number two, add value. And number three is really start to care. You know, start to care, start to make an effort. I mean, I have to be honest with you, I had to drop everything to fly, you know, to Saint-Tropez at the last minute. And, you know, that for me was a huge distraction for me. And so, you know, because I'm currently on the book tour at the moment. So, you know, it's something I didn't really want to do. But when I was there, I was like, wow, I met some great contacts. You know, Cindy, who actually came to one of our events, actually invited me to the event. So I want to thank Cindy if you're watching this. And also Freddie as well for taking real care of me out there. You know, you guys are awesome. I mean, literally, when I was out there, I felt like I was protected. And I also got to meet Lewis Hamilton as well. Lewis Hamilton, really nice guy. What I love about Lewis is, you know, his professionalism, because we actually asked him, you know, are you going to come to the after party? And he said, what time? We said 4 o'clock. And he said, no, I need to fly out. I need to be on the track in the morning. So you look at the professionalism there, and you know, just like these guys are at the top of the game. Like, if you want to be successful in business, you know, you got to do what successful people are doing. You got to hang around people who are playing a bigger game than you. You got to think big, because when you think big, you achieve amazing things. And if you're going to think big anyway, you may as well, you know, if you're going to think, you may as well think big, right? You know, aim for the stars, and one thing I'll guarantee you will not come up with a handful of mud. And you know, it's funny because when we went back to Leo's house, I had a quick conversation with him, and I actually set a challenge between him and I, and to see who would win. And actually, you know, I can't even say anything on this video about this, because his team actually have to authorize this before I say this, in case it kind of goes out there. But shortly after we had a chat, he, you know, walked me over to this other gentleman, and he introduced me, and he said, John, meet Orlando Bloom. I was like, wow, this is like Orlando Bloom. And, you know, one thing I love about this is, like, all these guys who are at this party is a different environment. Like, when A-listers hang around with A-listed, everyone's the same. So everyone's very down to earth, they're very relaxed, chilled. And, you know, you just respect that space. And, you know,